everyone to this work session. Any questions, comments, additions, deletions to the minutes that you received? Nothing? No change? Thank you, Brenda. Moving on to item 3 is the HVAC system at the community center. I believe that's Janice.
Just wanted to give you an update on where we're at. We've been working with Horton Engineering to come up with the best possible redo for the HVAC system instead of having it like all or nothing as far as the heat there. I did ask Heather Page, who was with Horton Engineering, to come and give you the technical update. I can't do that, so.
Yeah, it looks like you have the big guns out there tonight.
I think that's moral support.
Is that moral support?
Hey, I'm Heather Page with Horton Engineering. Just do briefly a little bit about our company. I've been with the company for over 20 years now. We're in Anniston, Alabama. We do work all over the state and in multiple other states as well. So we worked with Janice. We reviewed the existing system. The unit that we are looking at is AC1. So when you walk in the front of the community center, it handles the whole left-hand side of the building. So it's a 20-ton unit and has 14 variable air volume boxes with hot water reheat on it. It serves the meeting rooms, the corridors, the front entrance, and then the office areas. So we looked at several different things to try to find the best fit for you, because I'm sure everyone here knows that pricing is all over the board right now. Construction costs are higher than they've been. So we looked at several different systems. We looked at a straight replacement. We looked at adding some VRF, which is variable refrigerant flow, that gives you some individual zoning. And we kind of ended up with a combination of the two. So we have right now in the scope of work replacement of AC1, where that unit is not functioning. Also the VAV boxes, several of those are not functioning. They are past their service life, so we have included replacement for those in the code. In the cost estimate you see, there's some added electrical. The existing unit is what we call a self-contained air conditioning, where the compressor is inside the unit, and then it has the condensing unit outside with the fans. It's a DX unit, and they don't manufacture it like that anymore, not with the DX and the compressor inside. So there's going to be some electrical changes there to accommodate the new unit. And then with the VRF we're adding in the full-time office areas, there'll be a little bit of electrical there. So we anticipate that this is a conservative budget we're giving you, and that we would come in under budget. That is our hope. But we've got a 12% contingency in there. That would be for anything unexpected. Maybe we get up above ceiling and we find some pipes not insulated. We find something leaking in the hot water piping. We don't have new piping. We don't have new ductwork. We're reusing all of that existing. So the contingency would only be used on an as-needed basis for unforeseen conditions. Any questions or?
All right. Let's go back over this. It's for if you're coming in the front door, it's the left side, right? What about the right side? Where do we stand on it?
So there are 3 units that serve that right side, but they are not included in the scope right now.
But are they, they work up tomorrow morning, they're going to blow up on us or something? Or?
Well, we hope not.
So they are still working right now, functioning. Are they at close to the end of their lifespan? Yes. Right now you have a bowler that handles that 20-ton system, and it also handles those 3 air handlers on that side. You also have 2 rooftop units that serve the gym area. Both of those are 30 tons, and none of those are included. So, definitely we can look at doing a replacement for you, or what some people do is look at maybe a 5-year replacement plan, to where you've got 2 units that serve the gym. Maybe you want to phase it and replace 1 unit, and then come back and do the second unit later. There's pros and cons. It really just depends on the budget and how much you have to spend.
How much money do you
Not that much.
But do we not, while we're, I mean, it's just out there, but do we need to go ahead and look at this and then maybe put a rotation of doing one and replacing another in 5 years or whatever, instead of getting to the point like we are right now, it just went kaput on us?
If it's financially feasible, my opinion would be smart to have a plan. Instead of just waiting for something, that's not a good way to conduct business, to wait on something to fail before you start looking at the replacement. When knowing the units are 25, 22, whatever it is. Right. So it's.
I think we need to develop a plan. Whether we've got the money to start right off with it after paying for this, at least we need to have a plan. I don't think we're doing Janice and the community center any favors if we don't, and we get in there and that thing goes out, and then you got a bunch of summertime basketball or volleyball kids, and half that whole gym's in bad shape. Is that a lot of expense for you to look at that?
No, so that would be, we can do it a couple of different ways. We can give some recommendations to you for like a 5-year maintenance plan with budgeting broken down. So it would be something that you would budget-wise want to probably look at every year just to kind of update because of the market changes. It could go down, it could go up, but that would let you forecast some of your plans for your budgetary needs. So we could definitely do that for you.
Fred, you might mention the American Rescue Plan money too. They probably may not have any, but
You know where we can find some more? We spent that so many times just burned out.
I have a lot of that to you all there.
I mean, Mayor, is that something in your thinking that we should plan out?
Yeah, I think have some kind of plan
Yeah.
before we jump into it.
And that way we'd have some kind of reasonable figure that we know we're dealing with.
Laura, where does this money come from?
And there's one.
$335,000.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. I don't happen to have the checkbook handy somewhere with me. Probably just out off the top of my head, either capital projects or authority under maintenance, one of those two.
I think one of the issues we're going to have here, we're going to have to bid this too, I would assume.
Yes. So in our scope of service.
Your numbers are kind of floating around here now. I don't know what kind of situation that puts you in.
Are these based on 2023 numbers? I know some of the regulatory changes in that industry have greatly increased cost on the receiving end.
So we did get numbers from the manufacturers as of today, and so there again, that can still change. But these numbers are as of this morning.
So how good is this? How long is this? So if we have to bid it out, I mean,
You don't have to bid it anyway.
We don't have to do it.
This is just a strong estimate.
Give us an idea of what we should see.
And part of that contract is they did handle all the bidding and know who the reputable companies to request the bids from and all that kind of good stuff is.
Is there a waiting list on getting stuff like this, or is it, can you pull it out of inventory?
So the VRS system could possibly, it is small, it's a 6-ton system, so that is a possibility that it would be very fast. But it still may take 4 to 6 weeks, and that varies. The 20-ton unit could take
We had a 26-week wait
Yes.
at church for a 20-ton unit.
So, and now that may be for package units, so this is a split. So the splits are a little bit better than that, but a lot of times they're saying 15 to 26. So, for that unit, that will be a longer lead time. So I'm thinking probably 15 weeks for that split. So,
Right now, it'd be at least that, it may be more, and it's very bad right now in getting any kind of electrical panels and things like that. They're worse than air conditioners.
right.
All right, so timetable wise, are you gonna be able to function until all this gets changed out, or are we gonna have to limp through this?
I mean, we have no choice but to live through and get through till we can get in.
But the sooner we bid it, the sooner we get the price, the sooner we sign,
Yes.
the better
That's
off
what-
we're gonna be.
In this phase, I would love to see us move forward with it now. The sooner the better, and then work into the other phases to get the right side of the building done.
Once you get that decision to move forward, we can start our plan. But, we've been working.
We don't have anything prepared for the agenda. Is it something as simple as allowing you
Tell them to do it, yeah.
to
Think so. Do that.
authorizing you to proceed with this?
Probably do that even without the authorization, proceed with the bids. Y'all don't have to accept them.
We don't have,
Because you're not spending any money.
no, we're not spending it.
Okay.
So handle this and then just,
All right,
let's move on.
that's what we're doing.
That's what I like.
I thought you'd like that.
You ain't got me to agree yet.
He's getting choked up about it, so that.
When I thought it was 3:35, I thought I kinda got choked up.
He didn't have any ice cream with his cake.
Yeah.
I'll buy you some ice cream.
As soon as my stomach.
That's what we were just kind of giving you an update and wanted a blessing to proceed.
Move forward, the bids will tell them.
I think you have that to proceed with.
Thank you. Thanks for all the work.
You think you'll have that by Friday? Okay.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
All right, item 5 is the garbage bill rate. Mayor?
They're increasing.
Maybe explain
We had a 3-year contract with the Republic for garbage collection, and we had to renegotiate that. That ended in October. We had to renegotiate a new bid, and of course you realize with diesel fuel the way it is, labor costs the way they are, it's a high labor business. The cost of the garbage collection went up substantially. The Republic was a low bidder again, but even as a low bid, the collection or the garbage collection went up $6.96, if I remember correctly. Basically $7.
We accepted that deal already, correct?
Yes, yes. They were a low bidder. One of the things that makes it even more difficult is the health and sanitation fee is based on what the garbage fee is. And it's half the garbage fee, so it went up about $3. So altogether, I think it was $10.68 increase in the garbage bill. And the folks will be getting that first bill as the water bills go out February 1. But half of it will be only half of them. Half of them we could have the increase rate. Half of them will have the regular rate because they didn't start billing us until half the month was up. So the first bill won't be about $5 increase. The next one will be $10, $10.68. I've got those numbers here somewhere, but I think that you had it there, and
Yeah.
$10.68, I believe is what it is.
Water works bills for the middle of the month to the middle of the month. So the next bill that comes out will be services for the end of December and first of January.
So the end of December at the prior rate.
And that'll
Half of
be-
December prior rate, and half of January's full rate. I hate it, but it's just, the climate we're living in right now. Everything's going up.
What did you say the total increase would be?
1068, I think.
What's this 948?
That's before the health and sanitation.
Yeah, it's on here.
$10.38. That's $7.14 in garbage rate and $3.24 increase in the health and sanitation. So altogether, $10.38. Now, we don't make anything off that. In fact, we lose money off that every year, even then, because we don't collect. Even though we bill everybody, we don't always collect all of them. So we're not really making anything at that, trying to survive. I think we about $12,000 short in 2022.
Any questions? It's one of those things that may be a hard pill to swallow, but we don't know.
Is our PIO going to put this out, show the differentials and stuff? Something tomorrow, or we need to wait until something's finalized?
I think we can go ahead and do it.
It's pretty well finalized.
The hard part about that thing too.
And such how the billing's going to work, since it's going to be half and half, so people aren't confused.
Is it worth also talk about what health and sanitation is in that, or is that something that we can? Does every household, every business, physical business pay health sanitation?
No, the businesses do. A lot of them have dumpsters. They have a dumpster.
They might have their own.
Some do, some don't. A lot of the apartments will have dumpsters and don't pay it. A lot of them do. So we have more regular garbage customers than we do health sanitation customers. I believe that would be correct. Because you do have some of those places that have dumpsters and don't collect their garbage. We have some apartments though that we still have some apartments that have regular containers.
So they're required to have a dumpster. Some apartment complexes, they prefer to get the dumpster than to have the
Individual cans.
And then some of them that are smaller, they don't want to go to that expense, so they have theirs with the cans, but it depends on the owner.
And what I'm saying with that is, I think that would be something that could just be a point of interest for individuals to know what those line items are. They do a good job of explaining that. I think I've seen that online before on the Waterworks Gas Sewer Board page, but that might just be something in that communication that what this line is, what that means on your bill.
The more we can explain like that, the less phone calls we would receive.
That's what I mean.
Try to be as knowledgeable as we can and get all the information out.
I know another municipality that Richard's familiar with is just moved to changed up some of their garbage pickup. They're going to do curbside pickup, things like what we've done offered for years in Jacksonville.
One of the things that caused the increase is the recycling. It's just, we used to actually get some credit for recycling, keep that bill down. Now we actually have to pay for the recycling. It's just no market for the recycling materials anymore. If we had done away with recycling, we could cut this back down quite a bit, but I felt like I don't think folks in Jacksonville would want to do away with recycling. I don't think we need to do that. It helps keep our city looking clean, and so that was a big part of it, because I believe recycling. This company is the only company that bid to include recycling. Most of them are trying to get out of that business.
When we talked to, I think that Rick Pullick has some resources about educating on recycling. That could be another opportunity to inform the public about recycling and what is allowed, what is not allowed. And
they're getting an updated list of what is allowed and what is not allowed, and common things that people might think are recyclable that aren't. And when we get that, then we can do a piece just decide to get training very well.
I think she also agreed to maybe do a school program for us, going to the schools. It really benefits. You get the third grade, you get those 10-year-olds and they rush home and tell their parents. That's how the fire service has done it for years. It's tough. All of us who live, it's nothing that we're not going to see also. We'll have to pay the increase. So, no, I hate to put that onto the public, but I don't know where else we can do it. It's not like if we were making money off of it, I could say we could cut what we're making, but we're not. We're already losing. Any other comments? All right. Any other business that comes before the council?
Don't have anything.
Anything? Nothing?
Yeah, I mentioned it to Tony. There's an item on there about the transferring that baseball field property. We're going to remove that from the agenda tonight. That's some information we received today may change that whole situation.
We're just going to make that property surplus. If nothing else, we'll adjourn and come back at 7 o'clock. Thank you all. And I just got the thumbs up that it is now 7 o'clock. I'll call this meeting to order and would ask you all please stand on the invocation given by Reverend Jim Wilson from RMC. And then please remain standing for pledge of allegiance. Reverend Wilson.
Let us pray. Well, dear Lord, I know that there are things happening in another city right now that are of great interest to a lot of folks. But what's happening right now in this city here is important to our community. So I pray that what's happening will be done well, and that we will always seek to meet the needs of our community and do a good job as we respond to those needs. So bless all these folks who are here tonight and who are dedicated to those purposes. And we ask it in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. Green?
Here.
Mr. Wilson?
Here.
Ms. Lasker? Here. Mr. Galloway?
Here. All right, adoption of minutes. Any questions, comments? We got the minutes from the 19th and the 30th.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. The adoption of the agenda. Okay, we have some additions.
Right.
Deletions.
We do have two deletions to the consent agenda. Item 13, purchases over $7,500. Item number 2, Part A, $9,809 to Edmondson Screen Printing, LLC, to purchase baseball uniforms. Then also delete item 15, disposition of surplus property.
All right, we have a motion to accept the agenda.
Second.
All right, motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 7 is proclamations. I do not believe we have any. Item 8, public comments concerning any agenda item. Anyone would like to come up and address the council for anything that's on the agenda, this is time to do so. Seeing no one come forward, we'll move on to item 9.
Consider action to schedule a public hearing on Monday, January 23rd, 2023, regarding the retail on-premise and lounge liquor license application of Yamamoto, Alabama Incorporated, Stanley Tongue, doing business as Yamato Steakhouse, located at 105 Mountain Street Northwest, Jacksonville, Alabama.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 10.
Consider action to approve the agreement for professional engineering services with Goodwin Mills Kaywood, LLC, the JCWP number 23-111 Sidewalk Improvement Project along George Delta Drive Southwest and James Hopkins Road Southwest, per the attached.
So moved.
Second. Have a motion in 2 seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item 11.
Consider action to approve the employment of the following: K. Christopher Williams, firefighter, range 9, effective upon compliance with ordinance number 273 due to the resignation of Alexander Skelton.
So moved.
Second. Have a motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Consent agenda.
Item 12, budget amendments. Item 13, purchases over $7,500. Item 14, request to attend conference training sessions with costs exceeding $1,000.
So moved.
Second. Have a motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. I think we jump to item 16, public comments concerning any general items. Anything you'd like to discuss with the council, please feel free to do so. Just come to the podium and state your name and address. Seeing no one come forward, we'll move on to council member remarks.
I would just quickly say thanks to all who made the reception happen this afternoon, celebrating you, municipal judge, Judge Odom, and the recognition of the celebration of the city of Jacksonville. Look forward to having that latter one done years to come.
I see Assistant Chief Jason Oden here in the audience tonight, and to all of the Jacksonville Police Department, today being National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, thank you, Assistant Chief Oden, for all that you do, and for all of the police officers and the staff of the Jacksonville Police Department for serving and protecting our community every single day. So thank you very much.
Anyone else? Mayor's report.
Thank you very much. Just to remind you that we do have a holiday coming up on January 16th, Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, and do have some photographs you take a look at, reminding you that we are still making progress with the demolition of some dilapidated buildings. And you'll see that on the before and after picture there of a building that is 1105 Francis Street West. So if you drive by that, you'll see that's cleaned up. It looks very nice. Then there's another one that is 804 Francis Street. We're looking at there, Francis Street East. And you'll see the before on the left and the after on the right. Look at a little better. And then there should be one more, I believe, which is 1105. Do we have another one?
It's 109 White Gap now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I put the wrong one. Yeah, but you'll see, pretty easy to tell before and after there, I guess. And I think now one more, I think. That one's 1105 Francis Street West. That was what I was looking at. Just want you to be aware things are still happening there. You know how long the process it is. It takes a lot of time to get these things taken care of, but it is happening. And I think Ronnie, County, and Harvard Williams will continue to work on that. That's all I have. Thank you. Remind you that there's a ball game on tonight.
Any other business that comes before the council?
A ball game?
Please, anyone come forward, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
I have a motion, have two motions and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all fair say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Have a good night, and thank you.